But Jordan and I were fishing one day. And I'm not a big fisherman. I don't have the patience for it. But we went fishing at a pond real close by. And we fished for about an hour. And we fished till we were both bored. And we didn't catch anything. We didn't even have a nibble. And the most exciting part of the day was putting a worm on a hook and throwing it in there. And so Jordan was getting bored and he was wanting to leave. And so I had the thought hit me, which hits me quite a bit, to pray. You know, I was sharing that a minute ago. You know, that's how I get so many answers to prayers, because I dare to pray. Men ought always to pray and not to faint, according to the scripture. So I said to Jordan, hey, buddy, before we go, let's pray and ask God to give us a fish. But, you know, just like I have to point this out, because there is theology behind this. The average person doesn't want to do that. And my flesh didn't want to do that, because the voice you hear sit on your shoulder says, well, you're gonna pray and nothing's gonna happen. It's gonna be a bad lesson. Or you're gonna make a fool out of God. You know. And so even on a little thing like this, you know, it's like, well, what's Jordan gonna think if it doesn't happen? Well, I prayed it anyhow. And we took the worm and made sure it was on the hook, threw it back in there. And within 1 minute, we got us a fish that was this big. You can't see my other hand that's way out here, but it was a tiny little bluegill or something. But nevertheless, it was a thrill for Jordan. He saw that fish on there flopping around. And the pond we were at was a catch and release. So we took it off the hook and threw it back in. But he was thrilled, and we both went home, and he learned a lesson that God answers prayer. And maybe he also learned a lesson that God answers Dad's prayer. But we both prayed. And so, funny enough, I don't remember now how many weeks it was later. It might have been the next weekend or 2 weekends later. We had a spit and image, mirrored image occurrence that was exactly the same as the first time. We sat there for an hour and had no bites, got ready to leave and prayed a prayer again, threw the hook in, boom, same thing, less than a minute. Well, you know, you can't make up stories like this. I guess you could, but I'm just saying, God does these miracles for me and for us, and that's a little miracle, but it's kind of the way we've lived for a lot of years, the way I've lived. And I pray a lot, and I get a lot of answers to prayer. And again, there's a few key prayers in my life that I've prayed that I still haven't got answers for.